They copy my whole fucking flow. Word for word, bar for bar.
Today's video is sponsored by the mobile game Royal Match. Now this is a completely free game and doesn't require any internet connection to play. In Royal Match, you help the king build and renovate his royal castles to its former glory, and you basically save him from the danger in his nightmares by solving puzzles while being timed. So that's pretty exciting. So far I've played up to level 21 and unlocked 3 areas, but there's 57 areas in total. So it's definitely a good game to unwind and relax as you complete creative puzzles and try to save the king. Now the best part about this is that there's no in-game ads to distract you, break the pace, or slow down your phone's speed, so you can fully focus and enjoy the game. So be sure to check out, download, and play Royal Match in the description below. Alright guys, so man oh man, you know, I am so glad I've had insider sources since Sonic Frontiers has been in development, cause I don't think I would be mentally prepared for all this. Like, I'ma just be honest, I don't think I'll be mentally prepared for any of this, because a lot of people, a lot of Sonic fans over the past 24 hours have been gobsmacked. They've been surprised at the level design of the cyberspace stages. Not that the level design is bad, but that the level design is literally ripped from Generations and Unleashed. We're talking about a copy paste. And a lot of people are surprised, like, yo, my jaw's on the floor. Why would Sega do this? What is wrong with them? And you know what? I'm actually not mad at all, nor am I surprised. And I know some of you guys are like, what are you talking about? How are you not shocked about this? I will explain everything and also get down to some juicy insider information. But before I do all that, be sure to smash that like button, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's see if we can get to 100k subs before the year is out. But alright, first and foremost, Sonic Frontiers has been the second most watched trailer at Gamescom. Like, if you just look at this list here, the only game trailer that surpassed it was Genshin Impact. But Sonic Frontiers is doing so well, you know, like, a lot of people are excited for this game. A lot of casuals are drawn to this game because of the open world. So Sega just needs to do better marketing of this game. The marketing for Frontiers has been terrible. Everybody can admit to that, whether you love the game or you don't love the game, whether you're looking forward to it or you're not looking forward to it. Like, Sega needs to promote this at the level of Paramount promoting Sonic Movie 2. You know, I need to see it on billboards. I need to see it at the store, at the, you know, the library, the gym. I need to see it everywhere. I need to see it in commercials and shit, not just on the internet or on Twitter or, you know, on YouTube, because that space is only a bubble. So I got a lot to explain about this, because I talked about it in my community post yesterday saying I wasn't surprised about this, nor am I mad. If this game is supposed to hark back to Unleashed and Generations, especially Generations level design, why can't Sonic Team just use that source code or whatever and build onto that, instead of literally reusing assets and all that? Sonic Team just doesn't want to do that anymore, you know? Like, it's not that they can't use the source code, they also didn't lose it, because I know some people are like, oh yeah, Sonic Team lost the source code for Generations because it was on an old engine, Hedgehog Engine 1. That's false. My insider says that's false too. They just don't want to do the extra work in recreating it, you know? That's what I personally think. I mean, think about the retro engine. You know, like, when it comes to the classic Sonic games, Sega has never been able to replicate that for years, for decades. Even Sonic the Hedgehog 4, that was made by Dimps, and Episode 2, which was done by Dimps and Sonic Team, it still wasn't completely faithful to the original Hedgehog games. I mean, even classic Sonic and Generations, I loved his levels, it was fun, but it played absolutely nothing like the classic games. It wasn't until Christian Whitehead popped up that he was able to recreate the original engine with the retro engine. That's what he called it. It baffles me that Sega was never able to replicate that themselves, since they're the ones that made it. It took a fan to actually replicate the classic physics to his retro engine. And also, like, if you want to be technical, the retro engine is still not a one-to-one copy of the original engine, because like I said, the hit detection, the collision detection is kind of off at times. Like in Sonic Mania, when I'm running high speeds and I run into those blocks in Chemical Plant, I can instantly die. Same thing with Sonic Origins. The retro engine isn't perfect, but it's the closest engine we have gotten to the classic Sonic games. So, you know, I think it will have to take a fan or somebody dedicated to completely replicate that engine, that source code from Sonic Generations, and then build onto that. Because what we see in the Cyberspace Stages and Sonic Frontiers is not the same engine, obviously, as Generations. It's using the same level design, the level layout, but it's not the same engine, and I know it doesn't play the same or feel the same. Let me read some of these DMs. I'm not going to show them because the insider, he told me this like 2 months ago. I knew about this. I knew about the levels being the same, you know, since, you know, when he told me at first, I was angry about it. I was in denial, but you know, I've gotten over all that. I went through the 5 stages of grief or whatever, denial, so I've accepted it, and it's not a problem to me that much anymore. I know some people are livid, some people are angry about it. Yeah, I kind of wish you guys knew ahead of time. I wish Sega was able to let people know about this just so we could temper our expectations, but they didn't. They were very secretive about this. Since Summer Games Fest, the footage we're seeing now is the old footage of Summer Games Fest that they were preventing people from recording. They have new footage now that they're also not letting people record, but what we're seeing now is the old footage from Summer Games Fest. Now let me read some of these DMs though. I won't show them though. When I was talking to Insider, like, why would Sega do this? He says he don't know if all the Cyberspace stages are literally copy paste from previous games. I think they are though. I think majority of them are, but he says there are a few confirmed though. But yeah, they know how everyone will react. They know no one wants returning stages. So that's another thing. Sega, the main reason why they have been so secretive with the Cyberspace stages is because they know Sonic fans will complain about it. They know a lot of us wouldn't like it. So that's why they've been secretive about it. But I just think that's a terrible way to do things, you know? Now he says footages of daytime Green Hill. So I'm going to assume the day and night cycle affects cyberspace, or there are multiple Green Hill stages again. Forces had 10, so probably the latter. That is true. Forces had like 5 different Green Hills. For Modern Sonic, Avatar, Classic Sonic, and the tag team with Modern Sonic and the Avatar. He did hear they were keeping these stages hidden on purpose because they knew fans wouldn't like them. And then when I asked him about like why can't Sega just build onto the source code they had for Generations, he says those assets are outdated and not going to look very good now with their new engine, the Hedgehog Engine 2. That's true. They aren't allowed to port Generations. That's another thing. That's why we've never seen a remaster of Generations. He says we didn't get any type of Generations remaster because they can't do one. Colors is the only one they can do. It's because of different stage designers and also deliberately dumbing their games down. They haven't lost any source code. Anyone who said that is lying. If you want an Unleashed remaster, I would advise buying a Series X, you know, Xbox Series X. That's true, we're never getting Unleashed remaster for the console or the PC. So that pretty much explains why we're seeing what we're seeing. It doesn't explain why we're seeing that, but it's explaining what Sega was thinking, why they've been very secretive about it. And I do got some answers for that. So I've been keeping that hush hush, but now I can finally reveal that since everyone is seeing it now. And then, you know, there's some people, of course, the Defense Squad people that are saying that you Sonic fans are never happy, or why are you complaining about this? Even though it's not really a complaint, it's just an observation, you know, that doesn't mean we're complaining. And then other people like, isn't this what you Sonic fans wanted? You wanted like level design from Generations Unleashed. It's like, look, I'm pretty sure when people said they wanted superior level design like Generations and Unleashed some of the stages, they didn't literally mean a copy paste of the same assets, literally, of the layout. We didn't ask for that. I guess the playtesters were literal when they said the Cyberspace Stages and Frontiers were just like Unleashed and Generations. I didn't know they literally meant that though at the time, you know. I don't think any of us did. But you know, there's Sonic fans that are trying to cope hard though, you know, conspiracy theorists saying that I think someone is splicing the content from the Cyberspace Stages to make it look like it resembles the old games. It's like, dude, there is no splicing, there is no doctoring of the footage we are seeing. Who would have time to do that? Like, it's literally recorded from camera while someone is playing it. Like, come on guys, just accept the truth. Ain't nobody mad here. I mean, at least I'm not mad because I've known this ahead of time. You guys have to just accept it. And I mean, some people are accepting it now. They're finally coming to terms with it. The Sonic Frontiers Twitter page is like, the cyberspace levels are basically short versions of old levels with similar layouts so far, which is kind of disappointing and makes me wonder, why did they do this? Now there's an answer to this, you know, there is definitely an answer to this. And no, it's not just the tutorial level. Some people are like, oh, it's only the tutorial levels. How many times are you guys going to continue making that excuse? Remember Forces? When we saw Sunset Heights and people were like, that's just the first level. But I know some people are accusing Sega of self-plagiarism. You know, self-plagiarism for using the same level layouts for the cyberspace stages. And it's like, let's be honest, the cyberspace stages is like submitting in an essay in class that you did years ago to your teacher, but you know, just tweaking some sentences, some lines to make it look different. I'm sure many of us have done that before at least once. I used to do that, and it's funny, one time I did get caught by my teacher and she tried to get me in trouble for self-plagiarism, and I was like, yo, how can I get in trouble for that? You know, like, who's going to sue who? Am I going to sue myself? Self-plagiarism is a real thing, but I think it's a dumb thing in general, because it's like, how can I plagiarize from myself? Does that mean that I lack original ideas? Yes. Does that mean that I'm being lazy? Yep. But that doesn't mean I'm plagiarizing from myself, but whatever. Now Chari, he gives a great theory here that I'm pretty sure is spot on, and I wish Sega would just explain this so, you know, we would understand. He says, hot take, this is kind of a cool ass decision. The cyberspace stages aren't the main bread and butter, so remixing stages and level design makes thematic sense if the characters' memories are jumbled up. No way this wasn't done intentionally. And it's like, yeah, that's true, you know? Is it a lame excuse for Sonic Team to recycle Rehash? I mean, sure, but at least now they have a real excuse, because I mean, there wasn't any excuse in Forces, you know, like motherfuckers were saying that it was world building that we were seeing Green Hill and Chemical Plant for the umpteenth time. Like, come on, like, get the hell out of here, you know, like, seriously. So yeah, it definitely has to deal with Sonic's amnesia, him losing his memories, so it makes sense why he's going through familiar level designs and all that. I'm okay with that, and the main reason why I'm okay with this is that these levels are like special stages. The cyberspace levels are not the focus. You know, it's not the focus at all of the game. I'm not buying Sonic Frontiers for the cyberspace stages. I'm buying it for the open world, open zone gameplay, and that's it. There's a lot of content in those islands, hours of content, that I hope I have fun exploring. Now, if Frontiers only had the cyberspace stages to bank on, I wouldn't waste a penny on this game. You know, I wouldn't waste it. So I can tell, like, Sega, they put the cyberspace stages as a failsafe. I was told that before. You know, and it almost feels like Sonic Team didn't want to do traditional Sonic levels and Frontiers at all, and just reused assets and dumped them in cyberspace stages for padding and familiarity with Sonic fans. I mean, if that's the case, then oh well, you know, the open zone better be great. It's true, that's where their heart and passion was at, you know, not the cyberspace stages. It's like the special stages. It's not the meat of the game. It's not the main focus of the game. And the fact that you can even skip the cyberspace stages speaks volumes, you know? It's why Sonic Team half-assed it. It's optional, so they didn't need to go all out on it anyways. You know, it's not mandatory to beat the game. Now, I know I will play all the cyberspace stages and complete it, because it's easy and I'm a completionist, and you know, it's familiar level design, so I should be acing it no problem. So basically it's like the Game Land from Sonic Colors. Now I know some people are like, but that's bonus content. I mean, so is the cyberspace stages. To be fair, it's special stages, you can skip that. And I know some people are like, but yo, Gamer Guide, even the special stages in the classic Sonic games were different. Sonic 1, Sonic CD, Sonic 2, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, they were different. Even between Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles, the special stages were different. Sonic and Knuckles had the yellow spheres that bumped Sonic to the other side of the board, whereas that wasn't in Sonic 3. I understand, but you know guys, what can you do about it? If Sega hadn't been forcing nostalgia down our throats for the past 10 years, 10 plus years, I think we would have been more accepting of these cyberspace stages. But the fact that they've been doing a lot of nostalgia pandering, nostalgia bait for years, for over a decade, even Forces, which was unnecessary. That's why a lot of us are not accepting of it this time, even though it makes a lot of sense this time. So that's what I think about it. But what do you guys think about this? Let me know down in the comments below. Are you excited about the cyberspace stages? Do you think the rehashing of level layouts and assets is justified? Or do you think this is very lazy, cheap, and very shocking what Sega's doing? And also, what are your overall hype levels of Sonic Frontiers, because I know some people just ruin their hype. And it's like, yo, the open zone is where everything's at. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about mostly in this video. I know we're going to get new content. They're going to have an interview with Iizuka today, so they're going to show new footage. There's also some nice Sonic Rose footage too, with the whole Amy looking like a ghost figure. You know, just crazy how all these things I talked about in previous videos, Sonic's Amnesia, Ghost Amy, it's all coming to pass. It's all coming true. And people were doubting me like crazy last year, but whatever. But alright guys, that's all I got for now. So take care. And until next time, I'm out.